is the last show of the tour, so how's it been so far?
It's been awesome.
Yeah, good. It's just been, actually, like, I thought we were gonna have to wait a really long time, but it's like already here.
Sure.
And it started.
It went by really quickly.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing. It means that we had a lot of fun. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my favorite tour we've been on.
I would actually say that too. It's probably, in terms of like enjoyment, productivity, and just like feeling like we're doing what we love to do, this tour has totally been all of that.
The only tour that compares is the Death Cab tour in my mind, but that was just for different reasons. This is just because like they feel like we're related or something, as far as now goes.
Has any show like stood out as like?
Chicago
felt like a hometown Seattle show. It was really weird.
Austin, Texas felt really good.
Yeah.
San Diego felt really good.
Santa Cruz was super cool.
There's a couple places we just do well in. Those shows just feel great.
Mm-hmm.
People really come out and know the songs.
Mm-hmm.
It feels good.
So how has living in the Pacific Northwest influenced your music?
I think it inspires a lot of the lyrics. Lots of songs about water lately. Or some reference to water because we live on an island. And I think just, yeah.
Living in a place like this, you'd have to be pretty insensitive to not be aware of how beautiful it is and be inspired by it.
And influenced by.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, just living in, especially after like a national tour, coming back here, it's that like, man, this place really is better.
Yeah, I mean, there's beautiful places all over the country, but you come home to this and it's like, wow. Not that I needed a reminder, but here it is. You know, we're very fortunate to be here.
Since winning Sound Off, how do you think your music has changed, and where do you think it's going?
It's changed a lot.
It's changed a lot.
I think we will probably just continue to change as our musical tastes evolve. Our music evolves. That's usually the way it works. I think we all like what we listen to just is always changing, and that just really impacts the way the sounds, just the way the music sounds in general. So I don't really know where it's heading. Probably black metal.
Likely.
I guess it's the difference of being, not that I feel like we're like adults, but as I'm wearing a dress, but like we're a little bit more grown up now.
Yeah. Just a little bit.
A little bit. I specifically said a little bit.
A little bit grown up. Yeah, we've matured. Even our good buddy told us that in Chicago. He was like, I've watched you guys so many times, you all just seemed like young kids, but tonight, you guys seemed like real adults. Like, literally.
It's
like, oh,
men.
men.
Tonight you are men.
Tonight you are men.
And
Yeah.
then we all cried and hugged.
Right.
So do you guys see yourselves continuing to be based in Anacortes?
For the most part, yeah. I live in Seattle.
Okay.
But I think at heart we'll always be an Anacortes band.
Yeah, I got a lot of family, and I like it there a lot. It's beautiful. I don't plan on moving. I'm probably going to be there until my hair's white and my bones don't work.
Even if
Likewise.
we didn't live there, we would always be in Anacortes.
Yeah.
You know, like
Much like we'll always be the lonely forest. That's just kind of what we come from.
Even once we're in our black metal phase, we'll still be.
Yes.
I mean, we like to think that either we've adopted Seattle or Seattle's adopted us a little bit. You know, we've played here a lot. It's not like we're just an Anacortes band, but you know, it's where we all grew up. And,
I think they adopted us.
yeah, I think Seattle.
We were like the
adopted us.
bratty younger brother. Like, God, that kid's annoying.
They just
What?
let us come hang out.
Yeah, no, you can hang out. Okay.
Okay. It's a good depiction.
Has anyone ever told you like you guys need to move away from Anacortes to become more popular or something like that?
So many people have
We've
told us that.
certainly heard that a lot.
And I call BS.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of truth to like networking and
Right.
being in a scene and being around and being seen at shows and talking to people, like that helps. But we just love Anacortes.
We're stubborn.
Yeah.
What's the scene like in Anacortes? Is there a difference?
Mellow.
Anything from Seattle?
It's casual, it's a lot smaller.
It's only 17,000 people, so.
Retired.
There's
most
lots
of them
of
are retired.
yeah, lots of good artists. There's a lot of people making really good art.
Yeah,
Surprisingly, I think for
for
how
a town
small
of
it
its
is.
size,
Yeah.
if you compare it to any other town of 17,000, it doesn't have what we have.
Yeah.
Great record stores, great restaurants, other bands that like make their living just playing music.
Yeah.
Seems pretty rare for a town that small.
How do you guys come to the attention of Chris Walla?
He read about us in The Stranger,
Yeah.
and he got our CD and he liked it.
And he talked about it on CNN.
Yeah, he was interviewed on CNN and they asked him what he was listening to and he said our name. We all crapped our pants at the same time.
Largely due to a lot of love and support from Megan Sealing and The Stranger.
Totally, yeah, because he always reads her column, because she took, like, the first picture they ever used as a press pic. It was a live shot, and so he always read her column, and then she wrote it about us enough times that he was like, I guess I'll check it out.
Yeah. So thank you, Megan.
Yeah,
Who will be
seriously.
here tonight? So
We owe everything to Meg.
everything we are, we owe to Megan.
What was it like being on his label?
It's nice.
It's fantastic. It's
Yeah.
easy.
It's very easy. Feels like a family thing.
Yeah, it's definitely family. I think sometimes it's hard on him because he has to like play multiple roles. Like sometimes he has to be the label guy,
Sometimes he has to be our dad.
like the bad guy, you know? And I think he's such a like gentle soul that when he gets put in those situations, I think it's difficult for him. But it's working out really well.
It's like catching your kid smoking in the garage.
Yeah.
And you're like, don't do this. Smoke the whole pack right now.
Yeah.
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 So Regicide was produced by Jack Endino, who produced Bleach. So what was that like? And are you big Nirvana fans?
Nirvana's my favorite band of all time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Nirvana's great.
Jack Endino was like a mad scientist behind a mixing board.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Mixed
he
with a
very
wizard almost.
super friendly guy and a mad scientist.
It was also kind of an accident that we got to work with him.
Yeah, totally. You made the phone call, right? Or no, there was a list of people.
We were from Sound Off. We one time at Sound House, and I called and said, "Well, what producers do you guys like? What in-house producers do you have?" And they were like, "Blah blah 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 blah." Jack Endino, blah blah. I was like, "Whoa, Jack Endino?" And they're like, "Yeah, he's like actually the house engineer." I was like, "Ew."
That sounds great.
Yeah.
I mean, because I grew up like worshiping his name on the backs of records, so total it's a thing.
We slept there, the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the only studio we were actually like allowed to stay the night at. All these other ones were like, get out.
Yeah, most really high-end studios, like, you just...
It's just
like,
not an option.
You
no,
can't
it's
stay the
like-
night. Yeah.
But what about Stevie Nicks? You stay there?
Nope. Can't stay there now.
Yeah, no.
Is your name Stevie Nicks?
Exactly. Nope.
Get out.
Get out. Yeah.
His thing was more just like, man, there's like 5 mics here, and you guys should just play a song.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't sound good, you probably suck.
Yeah.
That's very much his mentality.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a pretty straightforward guy.
I remember when we signed on to, I think, like more of an Atlantic proper for a bit. I remember Jack Endino said something in a, oh gosh. It was a particular, he said something, like some comment post saying something like, I told you guys.
Oh, something. Yeah,
I forgot
I don't know
exactly
where
what
that was.
but
Yeah, Jack was from the get-go. He was very
He's been a
supportive. And
very, yeah.
believed in us. So that
He's
was
a
kind
believer.
of have somebody who's been like in the scene for a long time hear you, and like 10 minutes later say you guys are really good. Like that's a good. You need some of those moments to keep going. So it felt good.
It's easy to get discouraged.
Yeah, this is true.
We've had a lot of those.
Yeah.
But here we are.
Look at us now.
Look at us now. I'm almost a woman.
I would say your shoulders look extra sexy right now.
You can rub them.
I don't want to.
So Nuclear Winter, your first full length was a concept album.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, something like that.
It was based on sort of like an apocalyptic destruction nuclear
Yes.
vibe. So concept albums were really like a vestige of progressive rock bands in the 70s. So what possessed you to make a concept album in 2007?
There's a lot of influences going on at that point.
Yeah, there was a lot of classic rock listening.
Yeah.
Hawkwind.
Hawkwind and The Who and Pink Floyd and stuff. And I still read, but I was reading a lot of science fiction, and I just thought it was interesting, and
Ray Bradbury.
a lot of Ray Brad, just a lot of really bizarre out there stuff, and I don't know, I thought it was interesting. I think being young, we were so ambitious, we just decided to go for it. A lot of people would have been like, it's just a bad idea for your first record, and we just kind of tried it. It's definitely a flawed record, but I still really like it. So
I feel like New York it would be probably the only place that probably thinks it's cool, because they're kind of scared of everything.
yeah, they're worried about a nuclear apocalypse. I think everybody's a little worried about nuclear apocalypse with North Korea around at this point. Maybe it will be really relevant in like 15 years. Let's hope not.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's hope not. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
So it still seems like you're still reading interesting things, because your new album, We Sing Electric, is a reference to Walt Whitman's poem.
Right. Actually, so We Sing the Body Electric was our second record, and originally Ray Bradbury had a collection of short stories called I Sing the Body Electric, and he took the name from Leaves of Grass. And there's quite a few, I feel like, literary references on that record. The last record, Arrows, didn't have as many, and the new record has some more. So I feel like it's kind of hard if you're reading or even like watching TV or movies and stuff, just obsessing over some form of art. It's really difficult as a songwriter not to write about it, because it's what you're thinking about all the time. So I love like escapism and video games and stuff, so it's just always in my head, and it's hard not to write about it.
So on June 15th, the EMP is opening the exhibit Women Who Rock. So if you had to choose, who would be your favorite female musician?
Kim Gordon, no contest. Sonic Youth is between Sonic Youth and Nirvana, my two favorite bands.
Oh man, favorite female musician. I really love Laura Veers a lot.
Yeah, that's what came to my mind.
There's the Joy Formidable, the lead singer Ritzy. She rocks.
She's pretty good.
Like literally rocks really hard. She's pretty cool to watch play.
Probably Annie from St. Vincent. Totally awesome.
Yeah,
She shreds on the guitar.
She shreds.
She's got a really pretty voice.
It's really cool when women play the guitar better than men.
Yeah, it is cool.
Because there are a lot of them out there, and I think sometimes there's like a male stereotype people associate it with a lecture guitar, like lead guitar. And I've seen so many women just shred and just like blow me out of the water, and it's just really cool to see. Because even the bands we're playing with tonight, there's a lot of, both have talented women in them, and it's pretty cool. It's awesome. Now, yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm just trying to bridge the gap.
You are, yeah. This is why
Yeah.
we're trying to be more relevant.
Tony's
gonna just slowly turn into more.
Yeah.
22 years.
Cool.
Yeah. I sat in and played drums with Carl Blau for our record. And it was a cover album of all the female singer-songwriters that live on the West Coast. And they're kind of more mellow acoustic songs, but the lyrical content's kind of grungy, so we made a grunge cover album off of those songs.
It's pretty rockin'.
Yeah.
There's a Laura Veers cover in there, right?
Yes.
And a Mira cover.
And a Mira, and Conoco, and Lyrebird.
Lots of them.
Thanks for talking, man.
Of course, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for hanging.